It is midnight, and it is time. It's time for Midnight Munchies Q&A. Happy freaking Monday, Wranglers. That is right, it is midnight, and I figured before I sell Wishbone here, have one last Midnight Munchies Q&A before I let her go. If you haven't seen any of the Midnight Munchies Q&As, they were some of my first videos I threw up on YouTube. Things get pretty weird, and tonight the plan is to get very, very weird. All stunts, activities, and or events performed in this video are not done by a professional, so please do not mimic them. And if you have any small children who normally watch my vlogs, this vlog will be a little bit out of the norm, so maybe you should wait till tomorrow to catch back up. Or just see how it goes, take a run through first and then decide afterwards. Before we get on to the questions, first off, banana freaking pancakes. The pans are clean, I just washed them with the garden hose. Second off, this bottle of Crown and these 2 bottles of Corona need to be drank. My brother gave me this as a housewarming gift 2 years ago. I still haven't finished it. I don't know if I threw them away or what, but I couldn't find a shot glass to save my life. So this cap to this mouthwash is gonna have to do. Minty. To Wishbone, thanks for not sinking. Ooh, that went down smooth. Oh my Lanta. Oh, get another one going right away. Whoa. Oh man. First question. What is the most tedious thing about living in the Jeep? By Ricky. The most tedious thing? Locking and unlocking the doors. Because I have to crawl through the back to get back in. I kid you not, every morning when I wake up, I forget that one of the doors I didn't unlock yet. For example, I'll open the passenger door, walk around, try to get in the driver's door, and it's locked. What the top speed on your Jeep, man's 55, is that right? My Jeep goes way faster than 55. But normally I drive 55 on the highway just because it's already revving at like 2,200 RPMs. I think the gears are actually swapped out. I think it has at least 410s. I think I did the math with the 31s. They're not stock. Lone Lay. Midnight Munchies question. What's in your necklace to history/importance? If you've seen my older vlogs, then you know my buddy James ended up making this for me. I met James at Cannon Beach, Oregon. He was flying a drone. I said, hey dude, you got a cool drone. He said, thanks, bro. We became friends. Later on my travels down to San Francisco, we met up in Grants Pass. Went to a glass blowing shop with Mike Luna, and then James ended up making this necklace, and he gave it to me. I had no idea he was going to give it to me. This is probably one of the first necklaces I've worn since I was 7 years old, with like one of those shell necklaces. I thought it was totally dope. I figure if you're going to wear something, have some sentimental meaning behind it or something. Thanks, Lone Lay. One cake down. Time to flip the second cake. Ooh, these are turning out so nice tonight. I think I'll have a drink to the niceness of the turning out of the pancakes. Next question.
Where are you planning to live when you're older?
Well, Cali Eagle, I'm planning to live at your mom's house. I would love to get a cabin in Wisconsin one day. However, I don't really know when I'm planning to actually settle down. And how old is older, you know what I mean? The idea is to have this really nice cabin in Wisconsin where any of my family members can go to anytime they want. And then it will always be somewhere that I can go and stay when I'm in Wisconsin. As far as like retiring or anything, I don't know if I really believe in retiring. I want to do something that I'm passionate about for the rest of my life. Now, am I going to vlog every single day for the rest of my life? I don't know. Let's switch to Twitter. Becky Lee Briggs. What is the hardest, most challenging, most you do? Okay, there's not that many most. What is the hardest, most challenging thing you deal with daily while living in... What is the hardest / most challenging thing you deal with daily while living in the Jeep? I think I've covered this in a video, but it's mostly just the whole vlogging aspect. I want to always create good content for you guys. So if there's nothing going on, I have to make stuff up and make sure that it's up to standard, up to par of what I want to give you guys, which I want to set the bar high. I always will set it higher and higher and higher. I think Pancakes 2 is done. Ooh, yeah, there she is. She's done. Ooh, oh, every time. I could eat these all night. And I think I will. Pancake number 2. If you haven't tried banana pancakes yet, please do. How long have you had Jade and a walk around of the Jeep would be awesome? I have had Jade since October of 2012. It was right before my birthday because my birthday is October 25th. It was kind of a birthday present. I was like, you know what? I've gone through multiple CJs and all the CJs I bought were from Wisconsin or within that vicinity and they were just rusted out and I didn't have enough money to buy one that was actually in good shape. So when I got into the military, had a little extra money, I was saving for a year. I bought a 94 Jeep Wrangler YJ with cash from Missouri that was in a lot better shape. And then with some help from Chris Therian, shout out to Chris Therian, he helped me install the CJ front end and then I later installed the CJ tailgate. Now eventually I will install a CJ dash. I would like to have everything customized on the entire Jeep, set up for living in it. When I think about Jeeps, I think of customization. That's the fun part in it, is not buying it all completely done, although it could save some time when you do it yourself, when you, at the end, you have something that you created that is your own. Pancake number 3. Happy Go Holly, what's the craziest thing that's happened to you while sleeping in Jade on the road? And her car's name is Jade too, and I'm pretty sure she lives on the road if I remember right. Now I've talked about John Rainbow, and if you saw my vlogs a couple weeks ago, then you know there's a tweaker that knocked on my door. God bless her soul. There is one time I didn't tell you guys about yet. A few months ago I headed down the Coastal Highway 101, heading towards San Francisco. Well, right as I crossed the border from Oregon into Northern California, the highway goes up into the mountains. You can see the ocean. You get above the clouds even. Well, I found a little turnout and I parked there for the night. It was a beautiful spot, no doubt. Well, 3 a.m. in the morning, I kid you not, I wake up to sirens. I thought, oh no, the cops are gonna freaking arrest me for parking here. It's about time. Much to my surprise, the cops weren't coming after me. No, I sit up in my Jeep and I look. Freaking van flies by right in front of me. Stereotypical robber van flies by right in front of me. About 10 seconds later, and I counted, cop car flies by right in front of me. The cop's chasing the van. I never witnessed a chase. This is awesome. Where I was positioned, I could see all the way down the coast. And I see this cop car, you know, its lights going. I see him going down the coast chasing them. Well, next thing you know, 2 more cop cars come flying in front of my Jeep. They're going after him too, backup. I got 2 backups. Wiping the crowd out my eyes, watching all these lights going down the coast, just chasing this van. I don't know what happened, but it was pretty crazy. Great question. I must follow up pancake number 2 with 2 swigs. Uno. Doce. One more Twitter and then we'll go back to Snap. Chat. Oh, and ask, what's your process of making a video, filming, editing, style, music? One of the biggest things is that I myself have to be interested in wanting to watch it. If I only shot first person in selfie, I would get bored. So why would I limit myself to those? So the third person, the movie-like shots, that makes it way more interesting and it brings the audience along better. It shows you the landscape, your scenery. So, in my opinion, if you're gonna vlog and you're gonna try to do the best you can do it, then you're gonna use every single filmmaking technique that you learn or can creatively think of to bring the audience better with you. What's more interesting, what's more entertaining? That's what it comes down to. I think it's time to flip pancake 3. Time to flip this friggin' pancake. Yeah, these are turning out so great. Bullies, they send me a snap like every day. Cool new hat I bought today. That's not a question. Let's go with Carson Boland. What is your job in the Air Force? Great question, Carson Boland. I'm a crew chief, aka aircraft technician, aircraft mechanic, aircraft maintenance man. I work on jets as a mechanic. We work on the flight line, we launch the jets, we recover them, we marshal, go left, go right, stop, chalks in, chalks out, good job. That's not one. And then, you know, we do all the lubing of the different components. A little bit of wrenching. That's a flashlight. We do a lot of inspecting. We wipe down stuff with rags. We literally just check everything on the jet. Number 3, going in my belly. Oh crap, every time, I tell ya. You guys are asking some great questions tonight. I twitted and snapped it that I was going to do this Midnight Munchies. So anyone that sent me them, I prioritize their questions. Greg Boudris. How did you come up with the first off, second off thing? How did I come up with the first off, second off? If the story doesn't make sense, then you're just going to lose the audience. So I believe it was kind of like a comedic way of structuring the vlog. I know looking back at older vlogs, I kind of was like leaning towards it every time. It's just part of the story. It's part of the evolution of the vlog. Alright, we'll give bullies another chance. What is the extent of your sailing experience? Yeah, that's about the extent right there. I bought the sailboat initially thinking I would just live in it and then eventually learn how to sail in the meantime. And that second part didn't happen. It had been sitting for like 4 years, never been sailed. The guy who had it before me, I think he said he got ammonia in his lungs, something. The mast was down, none of the sails were up, none of that. I literally can't throw up the mast by myself. It's like 30 feet long, and I don't even know how you get the leverage. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know a single person that sailed prior to buying the sailboat. Being in Wisconsin, we had the Great Lakes, but I didn't live that close to them, and I didn't know anybody that sailed. Never did get to sailor. But what I was thinking is that that can be one of the bucket list items that a wrangler would actually teach me how to sail. If there's anyone out there that wants to teach me how to sail when I get to your state, I'm all ears. The third pancake is down the hatch. Alright, let's put number 4 in there. Let's see what Hank has to say. Why do you want to travel the U.S. with the Jeep? Because it's going to be freaking awesome. Next question. Mountain Dew Cola. Oh, that's a lot of different advertising right there. What the hell? Oh, there it is. Jake, do you like to read? If so, what genre? Gary Paulson. That kind of style was always my favorite. Ethan McDonald's. Do you think you'll ever get rid of Jade? No. Unless she disintegrates because of laser beams. Last one. Oh, yeah. Put a little hole in there, but that's fine. That's fine. While we're waiting for the 4th pancake to be cooked, we shall do another shot to the Wranglers for being cool cats. And if you hate cats, then you're being cool dogs. Hey, doctor, what do I do to keep this bad breath, doctor? Well, son, you take a shot of whiskey, you'll cure your bad breath, I tell you. Oh, thanks, doctor. I think I'll try that. Now we're turning it over to YouTube questions. And I just found a really good one that I have not mentioned in any other vlog. Hey, Jake, what kind of boots are you wearing in those vlogs? They look awesome, man. I added the man. Well, the boots are... And I'm not getting paid to advertise this. They're Carhartts. I got these boots from my papa. Steel-toed. Like wearing sledgehammers on your feet. I really like them. I've had 2 of these exact pair now, and they are dope. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't break you to do whatever I was doing all the other times. That was awesome. Very cool. Yeah, it's very cool. Oh. That was a big one. For this last pancake and question, I'm gonna have Chad the Man Wild take over. Well, hey there. Name's Chad. It's been a while since I've been on here. I guess Jake wants me to answer a question for you guys. Let's get to know each other. Weak. Now before we get to answering these questions, I got a question for you. How the heck you doing? I hope you're doing good. One other thing. Got my buck 110. I'm gonna pop open a bottle of beer because Jake wasn't touching them. That's why I got the steel toe boots. Now this is a great question, and a question that Jake has never covered before. The question was from a Patreon pledge's son, but Jake couldn't find the video when he searched through his Twitter. The Twitter? Twitter, I don't know. Jake, did you play any sports in high school? And if so, what were they? Freshman year football camp. Pre-freshman year even starting, Jake was doing deadlifts for the first time. And then some kid tried to teach him how to do it. Said, no, you're doing it wrong, you should do it this way. So Jake listened to the kid and ended up throwing out his back really bad. Then with the sore back, a few days later, Jake was playing freaking basketball with his buddy. They lowered the hoop to 9 feet and they started dunking on it. Because we were like 5'4" and we couldn't dunk on a 10-foot rim. I mean, Jake was 5'4". An African-American family was walking past Jake and whoever the neighbor kids were, all playing basketball. They had just raised the rim to 9'6". The African-American father said, dunk it, dunk it. Jake took the encouragement and he went to dunk. Well, he dunked it at 9'6". What ended up happening is pulled something in his lower back. It's a true story. And don't take it lightly. For the next 4 years, Jake would suffer from very, very bad lower back pain. He went to a chiropractor. He did physical therapy, but nothing seemed to help. It wasn't until years later that he discovered some powerlifting move called reverse hypers that strengthened your lower back, that he was able to completely get rid of his lower back pain. The reason I tell this story, did you play sports in high school? And if so, what were they? Well, the answer to this question is no. Jake did not play sports in high school because of this lower back injury. Those 2 single events, both the really horrible deadlift and the really cool but not smart, overreaching, extending dunk, who knows how drastically those changed the outcomes of high school for Jake. We will never know. What is this nonsense? From as early as he could walk, he was actually playing soccer. Played football since like 4th grade, did flag football, then went into tackle, then screwed up his back and didn't play anymore. Played basketball his 8th grade year and wished he would have played all the years prior. Did rollerblade hockey one summer. Jake really enjoyed every sport he could play. There's pancake number 4 down the hatch. Alright, Jake, answer your question. You can come back out. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it, Chad. Chad is a good dude. Oh, he even left? Are you sure you don't want this? No? I can finish it? Thanks, man. Like I said, what a good dude. Got one more Corona to finish. And we're all out of questions. It feels really good to be given a Midnight Munchies Q&A in this bad boy. Wishbone. If you don't know the reason why I called it Wishbone, it's because I was taking a whole chance on all this. Moving from Wisconsin out to Oregon. I encourage everyone to do something like that at least once in their life. Change your environment and watch it change you. I promise you will see something change in you when you put yourself completely outside the norm, put yourself in a new element, new situation. Thanks to Chad, we drank the boat dry. There was nothing left in here. And I can happily say that it only took 2 years to finish this freaking bottle. Oh, I am bloated. Holy cow! Another freaking Patreon! What the heck? Today's new Patreon pledges tied the record for new Patreon pledges in one day. You're insane! So a freaking huge thank you to my 6 newest Patreon pledges. Zane Howard, Jeremiah Nakasone, Max Jordan, Charles Piso, Mike Sullivan, Toscano, and Patrick Toscano. Thank you guys so much for your support. Welcome to the community. Hope you guys like the Midnight Munchies Q&A. I know I'm going to be getting rid of the sailboat soon, and I just figured, why not just do one last one? So if you guys haven't, you should check out the originals. Episode 1 and Episode 2. I think it's like salami and grapes and cheese balls and box wine. It's interesting. I had to do banana pancakes for tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, Wranglers. I'll see you guys tomorrow.